Alright, today we're going to build a very simple motor using a battery, 2 paper clips, a permanent magnet, and some really thin wire that has a copper enamel coating on it. It's this yellow, in my case it's this orange color. In addition, some materials we'll need is something to wrap the wire around. I'm using a dry erase marker, and then some sandpaper in order to scratch off the enamel. So the first thing you want to do is you want to make a coil. And we're going to make that with our magnet wire. This is 28 gauge wire. It's got enamel coating on the outside. The first thing I want to do is take one side of it, and I want to scrape all of the paint off of it. So if I kind of wrap it around my finger, I can sand the outside very well. You're looking for about 2 inches here. If you overdo it, that's alright. Okay, and your wire will change colors from this coppery color to this very bright and shiny, it's the color of the wire. If you sand too much, it gets really thin. On the other side, you don't want to scrape off all of the enamel. You only want to scrape it off on one side. And so, the best way to do that is set it down on something like a piece of paper so you don't damage your table. And you scrape it off on one side. That means that there's copper exposed on this side, but then you still have the enamel on the other side. Alright, now I take my mandrel, the thing that I'm going to wrap it around, and I make a coil. The tighter you make it, just the prettier it is. Okay, and I want to leave it so that I still have my tails are evident, and then I'm going to slide it carefully off of my mandrel. I'm going to kind of hold it to ensure that it keeps its shape. Okay. And so in order to keep my coil from unraveling, I'm going to start passing the tail through my coil a couple of times. Okay. I want it to come straight out of my coil. On the other side, the objective is, if my wire goes in here, I want my other wire to extend out in this direction, directly across from the coil. It's pretty critical here that you have the same amount of coil above and below what is in essence the axis. Right? The objective is that you want it to be able to flip over very easily and be balanced. So that's my coil, and that's my coil made. Okay, next I'm going to move on to my battery and my paper clips. I'm going to need a little piece of tape here. I take my paper clip and I'm going to open it up, but leave the small loop on it right there, and go ahead and close it up so I have a little eyelet, and then kind of open it up. I'm going to do the same thing to the other one. And what I want to do is I want to tape these so that they make an electrical connection on my battery. Okay. Now if you'll notice, my leads are really far apart from each other. In fact, they're much wider than my coil. So I'm going to kind of move them together, so that there's not that much material that's required to hold up the coil. I made another one here. Okay, so we are very close to building our electric motor. So I put a permanent magnet down on the ground, or on our bench, and then we suspend our coil inside of our paper clips. And with a little luck and a little bit of tweaking to ensure that you have a good balance, rewarded with a motor. There's one problem with these. The solenoid, the coil, as long as it's running electrons through it, is going to heat up. So you can only run your motor for about 15 seconds at a time.